Okay, shalom. And just picking up where we left off, Baruch Hashem, that we just said last time that the Targum filled in, what Esther did, how smart she was, and what she was doing to show all of Am Yisrael that don't think for a second that you don't put your trust in any person. Excuse me, please. Excuse me, please. Don't put your trust in any single human being. Only trust in Hashem. So it says, Dehava min yoma de zamnat Esther. Since the first day that Esther was inviting Haman to this party, Am Yisrael was like shocked, in greater distress, and each one ve'amrin den leden. Den is ze leze, ve'amrin ze leze. This one says to the other that this wicked Haman is trying to kill, is our hater constantly. He's going to try to wipe us out, and we're hoping that Esther is going to ask the king to simply kill him. She's the queen, and she's Esther, our sister. Why doesn't she just ask the king to kill him? And here, Esther, not only is she not doing that, but she's inviting him to parties with the king. What is this? And then, at that very moment, when all of Am Yisrael realize that they can't rely on Esther even to ask for any help, it says they poured out, Shafchu de Beit Yaakov kulhon libhon. Shafchu is shafach, to pour. De Beit Yaakov, all the Am Yisrael here, specifically Beit Yaakov. I don't know if this is specifically referring to the women here, but the whole nation that were called Yaakov, everyone, or maybe I heard just the explanation that Yisrael and Yaakov is like, Yisrael is the higher name, Baruch Hashem, when we're succeeding. Yaakov is, Ekev is the heel, where we could fall down sometimes to the depths. Maybe but basically every single person in Am Yisrael all poured their hearts out to Hashem and only trusted in Hashem, who is above the heavens, Avuhon, meaning their maker, the Av and Em, the like mother and father, which are one. Hashem is one. And they all trusted in Hashem. And, right, so after that, and then when that happened, they write what their tefillah was, and it says Hashem heard their prayers immediately. Now, immediately meaning that very night. That very night Hashem saved them, and it says Metul de Bechol Zimna, because every single time that Hashem saved Am Yisrael from their enemies, Belelia Ferik Yaton, it was at night that Hashem always saved us, as we saw in Paro, right? Vahi b'chatzi alayla, that over there, mi Paro, mi Sancheriv, umi kol dekamu alehon, from all of our enemies, from Paro and Sancheriv and every single enemy that we ever had, Hashem saves us at night. Okay. And this is, again, here we go. Balayla hahu nadeda shenat hamelech. Be, like bo, meaning in him, in it. Here, Laila is referred to, you see something that's completely lost in English, that everything is either male or female in Lashon HaKodesh, and you don't have this in English at all. And that could partly be the confusion for not actually knowing what is male and not knowing what is female. And here, Baruch Hashem, that's again completely lost in translation. And here, every word in Lashon HaKodesh and in Targum is
2:30.
Sorry, has its own, is charged male or female. So here it says Be belelia hahu. Bo, meaning in him, referring to the night. On that night, Nadat Shinta de Malka. The king, his sleep was fluctuating, like he was in and out of sleep. He couldn't sleep. Be balelia hahu. In that night, in him, meaning in that night, balelia hahu. On that very night, nefak purkana leYehudae. salvation went out to all of Am Yisrael. And just a word on this word here. It seems as though, and it's proven by Hagaon Rav Moshe Shapira Shlita and everything, that what the evil will try to do is that it's going to try to associate, let's say, negative words that, with so those sounds of these negative words could actually be beautiful words in Lashon HaKodesh, but now everyone has a negative association. So I'm saying, like, if some people read this out loud, Nefak purkana li Yehudae, that nafak means to go out here. So it's just an amazing thing that the English seeks to sort of try to get there first and pollute a certain sound, pollute the sound of a word that's actually a good word that means to go out. And again, like we said, it has to do with the letter Pei, because Pei is always on the outside and Bet is always on the inside, as you could see. In the letter Pei is the letter Bet. Bet is always betoch habayit, mi bayit umichutz, from inside and out. The letter Bet is always on the inside of the letter Pei. This is the shape of the letter Pei, and Pei is always on the outside. Like when you want to cover the vessels of the Beit HaMikdash, the wording uses tzipita. The letter Pei is hiding right in the middle there, to cover on the outside. So anyway, the letter Pei has to do with going out. So nefak purkana is went out. Purkana is salvation. LeYehudae, to all of Am Yisrael. Excuse me, please. Belelia, in it, on that night, and I don't know why, here it says Balayla Hahu, and here it just says Belelia, so I don't know what that is. So on that very night, I think this is now the fourth or fifth night of Pesach. On that night, idabrat Sarah lebete de Avimelech. Sarah was taken into the house of Avimelech. Be'belelia, on that very night, itkatalu kol buchrei de Mitzray. On that night, all the firstborns of Egypt were killed. Be'belelia hahu, of the Egyptians. Be'belelia hahu, for obviously oppressing Am Yisrael and killing their firstborns. Okay. And on that night, itgalian nivuan leneviin. Prophecies, itgalian means revealed prophecies to prophets. Itgalian nivuan leneviin. Itgalian, like we said, has to do with the letter lamed. Gal is a wave. And a wave is the part that sticks up above the ocean. This is the letter lamed that sticks up way above the line. So this is like the wave of an ocean, which is the exposed part of the ocean. So this word, itgalian, to be revealed, exposed, it has to do with the wave, and the wave has to do with the letter lamed, visually, as the vav sticks up way above the line. Alright, and so, itgalian nivuan leneviin, prophecies are revealed to the prophets, vechelmin, and dreams, lechelmei chizvaya, and dreams to the dreamers of vision. So what is the difference between a prophecy and to dream of a certain vision? I guess a prophecy may be a direct communication with Hashem to an individual, and chelmin, these are dreams that maybe the individual could be inspired. He can, through his learning, can see a vision of what something should be, perhaps. Belel Yahahu. On that night, Isragish Alma Chuled, the whole universe now became sensitive. Itragish, the whole universe sensed something. They started to feel. Regesh is a feel. They all started to sense something, the whole world. Like they say animals can sense chas v'shalom, if there's any disaster coming. Animals sense it first. You have to always see if animals are running away from a direction, that you run in that direction. Animals can sense these things. So anyway, the whole world became sensitive and attuned on this night. It's a very, very special night. Medinan v'chol daireyan, countries and all of their dwellers, and all of their citizens. Evla rabba bechol karkaya, a great mourning falls upon all of the cities. Mispeda v'yilala. Misped is a eulogy. V'yilala, I don't even know what this is. Is that the crying? like terrible crying. Bechol medinata, in every country, they are mourning and they are eulogizing. Ulemin asirin besakin, young kids, teenagers, are covered in sackcloth. They're dressed in sackcloth in mourning. Savin v'savan, and old and elder men and women. Shakfin alibon, they are shakfin. Shakaf is like to look. V'nishkaf be'ad hachalon, but as if they were like examining their hearts and minds. I couldn't, this is again Bezrat Hashem to come back. V'chulon tzavchin b'merar uvekol rav meyalelin ve'amrin. V'chulon tzavchin b'merar, and all of them are crying out. Tzavchin is crying b'merar, with bitterness. Maror is the bitter herb that we eat to experience unbearable pain. That's the maror when you really have, like the Ashkenaz charoset. Sorry, not the charoset. The maror. The charoset is trying to make it sweeting, but the actual taste of a freshly ground beet it destroys you. It's an unbearable pain. So we eat the maror to remember how bitter, chas v'shalom. Ubekol rav, and with a great call, miyalelin, they are crying out. Again, this word miyalelin, I have to look that up. Ve'amrin, and this is what they say. Vai, woe, like we said. Vayhi lishna devai. Vai, possibly the source. I think it is actually the source of the word why. When you're in so much, you just question, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to us? So vai, it's a distressing sound. Woe is a distressing sound, a problem. But so the source of the word why. Dechazinan aka al aka. This is what these men and women are saying now. Woe to us, dechazinan aka al aka. Basically, what you hear people say all the time. Woe to us that we see terror after terror, uthvira al thvira, and we see shattering on shattering. That means we're brokenhearted, and we get even more brokenhearted. That we see terror after terror and heartbreak after heartbreak. Umetavrana kadma'a lo itasenan, and from the first breaking, shvura rishona, from the first heartbreak that we experienced, lo itasenan, we didn't be healed yet. Umachtana lo ityahivat asu, and for our hits, limchot is to like meches, to erase, and all of these hits that seek to destroy us, lo ityahivat asu, we weren't given any medication. Umimidvana, umimadvena lo itnachamna, and from horrible terror, lo itnachamna, we didn't get any consolation from any past horrible things. V'kevei libana, and the pain of our heart, lo avaru minana, it never went away. It only in fact got stronger. De kiryat avatana retisha alara, because the land of our fathers, retisha al ara, is I guess destroyed. I can't. This would be a tzaddik. I don't know. Is some kind of the land of our forefathers is like destroyed. The dwelling of our land, umakdasha, and our Beit HaMikdash, segar sana'a, our enemies prevent us from building the Beit HaMikdash. They blocked us off. Sagar has to do with the letter Samech, which is why it's highlighted in Ketav HaShurit, because sagar, meaning close off, is exactly the letter Samech, which is closed off on all sides. So sagar sana'a, our hater, closed off and prevents us from building the Beit HaMikdash. Ve'azarathana, and the Azara, the place where all of Am Yisrael meet, Dashishu ba'ale devavana. Dashishu has to do with the letter Dalit, because Dashishu means they put doors, they put blocks. Ba'ale devavana. So there's a difference between a soneh, a hater, and then there's a difference between an enemy. Ba'ale devavana. So I don't know what that is, but the distinctions are being made here. Upar'o umitzra'e lo atzu alana kehada atzata. And Paro and all of the Mitzrim, Pharaoh and all of the Egyptians, didn't didn't advise to do this such wickedness, like this wicked plot to destroy Am Yisrael, umalchei amemaya, and the kings of the nations, lo chashivu alana kemachshava hada, they did not think to do this kind of thought to us. Meaning, even the worst times, they never thought to do something as evil as this. Lemehave atidin leyom hadein, that to be waiting and anticipating that in the future on this day, all leshetzayuthon me'al pe'ara, to be destroyed, an entire nation in one day from the face of earth. That means they were planning and plotting all year to prepare for this one day. And then Am Yisrael turns to Hashem and says, Gilei Razin. Gilei, like we said, Galui is revealer. So this means Gilei Razin, revealer of secrets. Gilei Razin. Razin. And here the shin is for shorish because Razin is the word, the source of the word reason. The hidden aspect. What is the reason behind? Gilei Razin, revealer of secrets. Meaning Hashem, who is the revealer of secrets. Gila le razadina, reveal to him this secret to Mordechai. Le Mordechai tzadikaya. Digzerat mothana itgazrat al de Beit Yisrael, that a decree of death was decreed on all of Am Yisrael. Ve'uf le'avdin ule'amhan lo zabinu yathan. And even to be slaves and to be female slaves, male slaves and female slaves, they didn't sell us. They didn't sell us to even that. Meaning, like, there was nothing ever as bad as this. It's not that we're being sold into slavery, which is obviously so much better than being dead. This is not even to that, which was such a low level. Here they're seeking to destroy. Please, revealer of secrets, reveal the reason, reveal the secret of why this is happening to Mordechai, so that he can save us. I don't know what would be the reveal, because it sounded like Mordechai was revealed before, that Hashem sent Eliyahu Navi to fill Mordechai in. But anyway, it says, Be balel yahahu nadat shinte dekud shabrichu mimeroma. It says that Hashem's sleep was disturbed in the heavens. Ve'in lo chtiv haden kra. And if these words weren't written as they are written right now, and if this pasuk wasn't written, lo havat efshar lememre, we were not allowed to say something like this, obviously. Ura lama tishan Hashem, like, wake up, why are you sleeping, Hashem? And chas v'shalom, chas v'shalom let kodamo yeshena, God forbid there is no such thing as sleep before Hashem. Ela kad chatyan beit Yisrael. Unfortunately, when Am Yisrael sins and distances themselves away from Hashem, avad garmeh dichavat damich, Hashem makes it as though he's sleeping, meaning not directly change, meaning when someone's sleeping, then it looks like they're not doing anything. I mean, they're not doing anything. Chas v'shalom. But this is when Am Yisrael sins, Hashem makes himself as if he's asleep. Chas v'shalom. Biram, but kad avdin. Avdin, this dalet is hugely important. Biram kad avdin re'utheh, when Am Yisrael does Hashem's will, hine lo yanum velo yishan shomer Yisrael, that Hashem doesn't sleep, doesn't even doze off, doesn't sleep, not a little sleep, not a permanent sleep. Shomer Yisrael, the keeper, the protector of Am Yisrael, the nation of Israel, like we said, Yisrael, the initials of all of our Avot and Imaot. Yud is Yitzchak and Yaakov, Sin Sarah, Resh, Rivka, Rachel, Aleph, Abraham, Lamed, Leah. The Israel is the initials. This is Rabbi Ellen Schwartz in the name of the Bala Rokeach, Hashem Yikom Damav Zechuto Amen. Now it says, Be Balel Yahahu, on that very night, Nadat Shinte de Mordechai Tzadika. The sleep was also being pushed of Mordechai the Tzaddik, meaning he was in and out of sleep, he couldn't sleep. Nadat, he was rolling around. Nadat Shinte. His sleep nadat. It was like exiled. His sleep left him. He couldn't sleep. I guess that would be the best way. Dehava shahid velo shachib, because he was lying down and he wasn't sitting. Then vehava shachib, then he tried sitting velo damich, and then he still couldn't sleep. Dehavan beit Israel velo damich. Oh, vehava shachib velo damich, and he then sat up because he realized that he couldn't. There was no point in lying down. Velo damich, and he didn't go to sleep. Dehavan beit Israel mitkanshin, because all of Am Yisrael were gathering together. V'yafrin kodamoy, and sitting before Mordechai. Ve'amrin le, and they were. This is what Am Yisrael was saying to Mordechai. At garamt lana yat kol bishata hada. You, ata garamta lanu et kol hara'a hazot. Ata, you caused all of the evil, all of this evil on us. Ve'in at kamta min kodam Haman Rashia. Because if you got up before Haman and you bowed down on your knees and then you fully submitted yourself to him, lo athath alana kol akta hada. Lo athath alana. This attack wouldn't come on us. This whole attack on all of Am Yisrael. If only you had bowed down to Haman, and he wouldn't have done this. And you know, so meaning this is all your fault, Mordechai. Mefiv Mordechai ve'amarlon. Answers, returns, meshiv. Hashiv davar is to return something, return. So he responds, meshiv Mordechai ve'amarlon, and this is what he says to them. Levusha di hava lavash Haman Rashia, the clothing that Haman Harasha was wearing. Tsairin aloy mitsuyarim alav train salmin. That drawn on his clothing were two images of idolatry. Chad min kodamoy, one in front of him, vechad min bathroy, and one on the backside. You know, like graphic tees. He had one on the front and one on the back with his idolatry on it. Ve'in kamet uskedatle, and if I were to get up and to bow down to him, ishtakrit de'eflach l'tavatha, that I would as if be bowing down to these images that he has. Ve'atun yadin, and you already know, man defalach l'tavata, whoever serves ta'avatha is ta'avatha, whoever worships idolatry, this ta'ut, this is where ta'ut comes from. Whoever worships this mistaken images, any image is a mistaken image, because there is no image of God. There is no such thing. There's what's called the letters of Hashem. The Aleph Bet are pictures, but there's no image, meaning like Hashem is not a person, thing. None of these things is Hashem. Anything we have words for is not Hashem, because Hashem is the infinite. Infinite is infinite. Nothing finite. Nothing finite. Anything you have words. Not a person, not a virgin, not a cross, not a star, not a power, not an energy, not a spirit, not an angel, not a malach, not a demon, not a Satan, not any of these things. No words. There's no words. Hashem, as Eliyahu the prophet says himself, Leth machashavat fisa b'chlal. There's not a single thought that can even grasp what you are, Hashem. The only thing we could say is that Hashem is, and that's really all we have to concern ourselves with. And Hashem is actually amazing, the real Hashem, misrepresented in the world, and we have to remove all association with any of these people claiming to be associated with Hashem and with Am Yisrael. Chas v'shalom. You have nothing to do with us. You have nothing to do with Am Yisrael. You have nothing to do with Hashem. That's what David HaMelech writes in Tehillim, that people attach themselves to Hashem. They attach themselves, they dress up as if they're representatives of Hashem, and then they desecrate Hashem's name and do disgusting acts, and then people will look at these people and say, these are the people who worship this God. What a disgusting religion. What a disgusting people. Who wants anything to do with that? What a disgusting God. Chas v'shalom. And that's how they destroy it. That's what David HaMelech writes in Tehillim. So, and really the first part of everything is Havdalah. The first thing we do after Shabbat is Havdalah. And that's the first thing that we have to do is Havdalah. Complete disassociation with any of these foreign religions, these whatever, claiming all of their claims. We have nothing to. You have nothing to do with us. We have nothing to do with you, and want nothing to do with you. We have nothing to do with you. We have to come back to the real Torah, which fills a person with hope and positivity and goodness and everything that we need. It's built for kids beginning to speak words. The Aleph Bet are meant for kids, and everything is built into the Aleph Bet. We have to learn what the Aleph Bet is. Okay, so then Mordechai says to them, and you know, whoever worships idolatry, whoever worships these mistaken things and lusts and everything, Yaved min alma hadein, will be destroyed from this world, umitrad min alma deate, and be prevented from the world to come. Sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, and he will be mitrad min alma deate, and he will be prevented from the world to come. And again, this world is created with the letter He, and the world to come is created with the letter Yud, as we'll learn. And then after Mordechai told all of them that he ushtakun mine kulhon, everyone shut up. Everyone was silenced because he was right. Obviously, you don't bow down. You can't bow down. Be on that very night, Nadat Shinte de Haman Rashia. The sleep of Haman also left him, that he couldn't sleep. Dehavat Shahid, he was lying down below Shachiv, and he was not Shahid. Okay, so Dehavat Shahid, he was, I guess, no, that's Yathiv. I don't know what this word is. Okay. Velo Shachiv, and he wasn't lying down, and then he was lying down Velo Damich, and then he couldn't fall asleep. Mechamat Dehava Metaken Yat Tzliva, and he couldn't sleep because he was focused on fixing this cross, this wooden structure to hang Mordechai. Lemitzlav Yat Mordechai Eloi, to hang Mordechai on it. Velo Hava Yada, and he didn't know because Haman didn't know that really all of his plans to build this great thing, it was for himself. He was going to be the one to be executed on it. So he couldn't sleep because he was preoccupied with trying to kill Mordechai. On that very night, Esther couldn't sleep either. Nadidat shinte de Esther, tzadikta. Esther's sleep left her. Dehavat avdat lachma, she was making bread, le'ala'ayat Haman, to bring Haman into the party, I malka Achashverosh. So Esther couldn't sleep either because she wanted to make the best party, the best setting, to do the most effort to present the idea that Achashverosh should listen to her and not to Haman. On that very night, Nadat Shinte de Malka Achashverosh Tipsha. The sleep of Achashverosh also left him. He couldn't. Achashverosh, the Tipesh, the stupid one. Achashverosh is a fool. So his sleep also left him. Dehavat Shahid Velo Shachiv, because he was something and not lying down. Then he was lying down Velo Damich. Dehavat Shachiv Velo Damich, and he wasn't actually going to sleep. Dinakat yata rucha dinakta lemalke, because dinakat yate, the spirit that takes hold of kings, I don't know, vechavat yate kule laila, vechavtat, and it was basically bothering him the entire night. There's some kind of, I guess, king's problems maybe. This is like the spirit dinakta lemalke. Some kind of spirit and thought was preventing him from, that happens to kings. It was keeping him up also, and keeping him up the entire night. This is what he answered and said to all of his leaders, to his appointed leaders and servants. Whatever I eat doesn't bring me any pleasure. And whatever I drink, whatever I drink, it doesn't sit well with me. It makes me sick. The heavens are thundering over me. And the heavens of the heavens, as we know, as Reish Lakish Baruch Hashem teaches us in Masechet Megilah, there are actually 7 heavens. That's where the concept 7 heaven comes from. And he goes and names what happens in each one. So anyway, there's a heaven, and obviously there's a higher heaven. In fact, if you're speaking about the first level, there's 6 heavens above that. So anyway, apparently he was aware of this concept, or this is what he was saying without knowing it. But anyway, the greater heavens are raising their voice at me. Heida matnan ameret lemishbak lemedinta velo shavketlon. Which present did I say to give to a certain country and I didn't give it? Maybe I'm being like punished for not doing something that I promised. Or Esther veHaman mechavnin lemiktalyati. Or maybe Esther and Haman are seeking to kill me. Delo aalat Esther lesheruta imi ela Haman bilchudoi. Because Esther isn't bringing anyone else to the party except Haman. Does she want? Is she trying to kill me? Maybe they're trying to plot against me. So again, he was up with paranoid thoughts. This foolish king just up, lost in his paranoid king thoughts. Okay, meaning tyrant. He's a tyrant, not a king. So anyway, on that very night, in that very night, al dochran Avraham Yitzchak veYaakov, al zichron. The recalling of Avraham, Yitzchak, veYaakov, Kodam Avuhon Di Bishmaya, before their maker in the heavens. Di ishtalach min meroma malacha, and then an angel. Sorry, a malach is not an angel. There's a difference. The Targum makes a distinction between an angel and a malach. Malach is a messenger, could be a person, but here it's, or an angelic being sent on a specific mission. But an angel, I think, is an angelic being that only remains in the heavens to do a specific task. There are certain angels that can get sent down. These would be the difference, I guess. But anyway, this malach was sent from the heavens. Hu Michael. It is the malach of Michael, Rav Chayalad Yisrael, who is the head of the armies, the legions of Am Yisrael. He is the appointed over the entire nation of Am Yisrael. This is the angel Michael. Veyethev bereshe de malka, and he was sitting in the head of the king. Unadad yat shinte mine kule velia. Interesting. So maybe a malach is not again like this weird looking, no facial hair boy with who's a little chubby with wings, flying around. Michael here is some kind of, could be like a thought. It was because if you were paying attention to the word bereshe, in the head of the king, not on the head. V'yeshev bereshe, and he was sitting in the king's head as if this angel, malach, unadad yat shinte mine kuli layla, and was pushing away his sleep all the night. So Hashem sent Michael to keep Ahashverosh up, to make him, to not let him sleep all that night.
It's 3 o'clock.
To not make him sleep all that night. Ad di amar, until he finally says, please bring before me, lehavi kodamoy, le'ala kodamoy, to bring up before me, yat sefer hazichronot, divrei hayamim, the book of remembrances, divrei hayamim, mile de yoma, the words that are read every single day, basically the log, the king's logs of what's going on in the kingdom, and everything like that. V'yehiyu nikra'im lifnei hamelech, and these should be read before the king. So, avdei dinehon de malka kadma'e, de hava min kadmoi. All right, so these are what. So what are they going to read? The workings of the kings, of the first kings of his kingdom, who were before him. And so just, I guess, because he can't sleep, just to read now these logs of previous kings and of his own kingship. V'yifiv le'el min einoi de malka, and it was placed above the eyes of the king. V'hava mistakel malka, and the king was looking, v'chazei kidmut gvar. Or is this now the position of the angel that was now sitting above his eyes? Meaning, like, now he saw like an image of the angel sitting above his head. Now I guess it was revealed. V'hava mistakel malka, and he was looking closer. V'chazei kidmut gvar, it looked like the appearance of a man. Ane ve'amar le malka, and then this appearance of a man answered to the king and said, Haman ba'e deniktalach. Haman wants to kill you, v'namlich yateh chilufach. And he's going and wants to be the king, that the people should crown him king instead of you, in place of you. Veha, and here the angel fills him in. Veha makdim betzafra, he's going to wake up early in the morning. Uba'e lemishal minach, and he was going to ask from you, Gavra de farkach min mota, uba'e lemiktale. He's going to ask you for the man who saved you from death, meaning Mordechai, uba'e lemiktale, and wants to kill him. So Haman is going to wake up early in the morning, like we said, and go and ask the king for permission to kill Mordechai and hang him on this massive wooden structure, this cross. So Ella emar le Haman. This is what you should say to Haman, to know that I'm telling you the truth. Ma le me'abed le gavra de malka tzavei bi'ikare. What should I do to the man that the king favors him and wants him to be great, that the king wants to make him great? What should I do to the guy that the king desires to make him even greater? But techeze, and you will see, delo sha'il minach ela levushin de malka, that he is not going to ask from you except for clothing of the king. He's going to ask you for clothing of the king and the crown of the king, the susya, and the horse that the king rode on. So now Hashem sent the angel Michael. I'm sorry, this is a little bit, but anyway, Hashem sent the angel Michael to shake the king so he can't sleep, to push, to either mess up his thoughts or whatever, so that the king can't sleep, until the king finally says, okay, just bring me the log that I can hear be read to me, from all of these kings, and let that be read before the king. And then the angel switches. Now I guess he can see the angel. He could see now Michael. And Michael, right, it says that he mistakel, he contemplated, I guess like a shadow. He saw the shape of a man. And this is what he said to him. So Michael just filled Achashverosh in. He says, Haman wants to kill you and take over the kingship. And this is how you should prove it. Ask him. He's going to come to you. Not only I'm giving you signs, he's going to wake up. He's going to be the first one to come to you in the morning. And he's going to ask to kill somebody. He's going to ask to kill Mordechai, the one who saved you from death. And Achashverosh, right? So he says that Haman wants to ask for the man who saved your life from death, and he wants to kill him, right? So this is what you should ask of him. When Haman comes, ask him, what should I do to the man that the king wants to make him great? And you're going to see Haman is only going to say, give me the clothing of the king and the crown and the horse. Now, Achashverosh just heard, because again, he was drinking like those fools. He's a stupid king. Those kings are drinking. He had a 180-day party of just drinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous. So here he obviously, that's why they have to write everything down, because they forget everything. So here he just heard that he once had his life saved. He doesn't remember that. So after Michael just told him that, it says, Vayimatzach Atuv, or maybe it's not specifically Michael that told him that, but some other being told him this, Vayimatzah, not to give honor to Achashverosh, as if Michael, the great, the leader of Am Yisrael, spoke to this foolish king. But I guess Queen Esther is the one speaking to this king, unfortunately, in this messed up situation. So, I don't know. But anyway, Vayimatzah Katuv, and they found written in that book, Besifra, in the Sefer, Asher Higid Mordechai al Biktana Vateres, because Mordechai told, Queen Esther, and Esther told the king in the name of Mordechai, and they found that Mordechai was the one to tell that, that Biktana and Teresh actually wanted to kill the king, who are Shnei Sarizei HaMelech Mishomrei Asaf, who are both of those servants of the king, who are protecting the the palace. Hasaf here is Palterin, is the palace. So I don't know what the difference is over here. But anyway, it says, Asher bikshu lishloach yad b'melech Achashverosh, that they wanted to send their hand to kill the king Achashverosh in the very room that he sleeps, in the house, in the very palace. Vayomer HaMelech, and the king says, Ma na'asa yikar ugdulatho leMordechai al zeh. Was there anything done? Was there any honor and greatness given to Mordechai for this action that he did? Vayomeruna arei HaMelech misharatav, and the servants, the young boys who would serve the king, misharatav, his servants, told him, Lo na'asa imo davar. Until now, there was not a single thing done to him. So, meaning he was not rewarded for any of this. Now, Vayomer HaMelech, Mi vechatzer. Who is this man that is standing in the chatzer? He was now made aware. Vehaman ba lachatzer beit HaMelech achitzona. And it was Haman who is now arriving through the external gate of the palace. He was now coming to see the king. And just like the angel said, Lemor lemelech, to tell the king, litlot et Mordechai al ha'etz asher echino, to hang this very Mordechai who just saved King Achashverosh's life. He's asking to put Mordechai on this kesa, maybe where the cross comes from, but this etz, this etz literally is a tree, but here kesa, this cross that Haman set up for Mordechai, asher hichinlo. Vayomeruna arei HaMelech elav, and the young, the servants of the king, the young boys of the king, said to him, Hine Haman omed bechatzer, vayomer HaMelech yavo. Now he heard that the angel tipped him off. Haman is going to come in the morning. Here Haman is coming in the morning exactly for that reason. And then the kids say, Hine Haman omed bechatzer, vayomer HaMelech yavo. Let him come. Vayavo Haman, vayomer lo HaMelech. And the king says to him immediately exactly what the angel said to ask him. Ask him the following question. He wants to kill you. Ask him this following question to see. What should I do to the man that the king desires to make him great, to give him honor, and to make him greater? It said that he said in his heart, meaning v'chashiv Haman belibeh, he thought in his mind, libeh, this is something that confused me and still confuses me really, but more or less now, because more confirmation. Lev is your mind. It's your mind. It's not your heart. You feel it. You can feel it in your heart when you get heartbroken. Yes, you can feel it in your chest area, but obviously you don't think with that. It's just that your mind and body are supposed to sort of be one, and you feel the effects of heaven and earth. Like the mind is the shamayim and the body is the aretz. And I guess when your thoughts leading down al levavecha, it's really, lev is, again, also Rabbi Ari Kaplan, Zecher Tzaddik V'Kadosh V'Cha, explains that lev is 32, right? And you have one brain and 31 cranial nerves, 31 nerves going down your whole spine, meaning it's it's our mind, it's all of our experiences and emotions. That's the central nervous system. It's how we experience life. Everything we feel and touch and see and sense, all of these are going up through 31 nerves into the brain, which unites them all into the 32, I guess. This is Lev is 32. This is our mind and all of our emotions. That's what our Lev is. So he thought in his mind, the Amar, and this is what he said. Lemi yachbotz hamelech, to who would the king want to do honor greater than me? This is how he thought. I'm the greatest. Who does the king possibly want to make, to do greatness any more than me? And now Haman says, just like the angel said, just like Michael said to Achashverosh, Vayomer Haman el hamelech, ish asher hamelech hafetz bi'ikaro. Wow, what should be done to the person that the king desires to make him great? And now here he answers, Yasim Malka Te'em. May the king put in a word, put in a command, like a push. Yaviu levush malchut. They should bring him the clothing of kingship. Argavna it means purple. So these are like the color of royalty, the purple clothes that Daniel was dressed by Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar appointed Daniel as, one of his advisors and gave him these royal clothes because he saw clearly he was a man of Hashem, he was a prophet of Hashem, who Hashem revealed to him his whole dream and its interpretation. And anyway, so these are the clothing of the king. So let the king make a push that they should bring the clothing of kingship, asher lavash bo hamelech, that the king once wore, beyom hadi'al lemalchuta, meaning the clothing of the king that the king wore on the day that he was crowned king. The sus asher achav alav hamelech beyom hadi'al lemalchuta, and the horse that the that the king rode on the very day that he became a king. Meaning all of his answers are like, yes, exactly that. I want to take your kingdom. Ve'asher natan keter malchut berosho, and to give him a crown of kingship on his head. And not only that, Venaton halevush vehasus, and the clothing and the horse should be given al yad ish misarei hamelech hapartemim, and the all of these things should be given by one of the servants of the king. Vehilbishu turbenae malka et haish, and the servants of the king should dress up this very person, asher hamelech hafetz ba'ikaro, that the king desires to make him great. That's how you should do it. Vayarkivuhu, and then they should take him out al sus, on that royal horse that the king rode on the day he was crowned, in the Birchov Ha'ir, in the main road of the entire city, the widest, biggest city. V'kar'u lifanav, and they should call out before him, Kacha ye'aseh la'ish asher hamelech hafetz b'ikaro. Like this is what should happen to the person that the king wants to make him great. This is when the king wants to to give honor and importance. This is how it's done. Vayomer hamelech leHaman, and now the king says to Haman, Maher, quickly, kach et halevush, take this clothing and take this horse, kasher dibart, as exactly like you said, ve'aseh ken leMordechai haYehudi, and do this for Mordechai the Yehudi. Amar leHaman immediately, Leiden Mordechai, which Mordechai? What are you speaking about? Like, what? Ashiv lemalka leMordechai Yehuda, to Mordechai the Yehudi, the one who is the nation. Amar leHaman, Sagi'in Mordechai Yehudae East Bishushan. There's many Mordechai Yehudim, hoping, that it's not. Ethiv lemalka. Then the king says back, Lehahu de Sadrat Ester le Sanhedrin, to the one that Esther made him a Sanhedrin, Hayoshev Bishar HaMelech, that is sitting now in the entrance of the palace of the king. Amar le Haman, now Haman says, Biva'u minach, please, I beg of you, Ktol yati, kill me right now. Velo tigzor alai kepit gama hadein, and don't decree on me these words like this. Amar le Malka, Ochi, go fast. Al tapel davar mikol asher dibarta, don't you dare prevent any single thing that you said. Don't you dare not do anything that you just said to do. Go and take the king. Go and do exactly what you said. To Mordechai the Yehudi. Imagine the shock of Haman right there, that his world just flipped upside down. And now we begin the Sidra Dalet. This is the next chapter. Again, the Sidra begins at a positive place. Vayikach Haman et halevush, and Haman took the clothing of royalty and the horse. Vayalbesh et Mordechai, and he raised and he dressed Mordechai. Vayarkivehu birchov ayir, and he rode him before the city gates, and he was, guiding the horse before the road of the city with like a parade. Vayikra lefanav, and he would call out before him. Like this is what will be done to the person that the king wants to do greatness for him. So Vayashov Mordechai el Shar HaMelech, and then Mordechai, after this great parade, returned to the Sanhedrin again, that is in the gates of the palace of the king. Mordechai immediately returned to the Sanhedrin. Ve'eshlach yat levushe argavna me'aloi. Argivana. So he's removed these clothes, these royal clothes from him, and again, lavash sackcloth, v'yifev al kitma, and he was sitting once again on ashes, v'hava modeu mitzalei ad ramsha, and he was thanking and praying until the evening, ramsha. Because the creepy crawly bugs, the remasim, come out at ramsha, come out at night. So ramsha, nighttime in Aramaic, has the word remes, which is our creepy crawly bugs, and creepy crawly bugs only come out at night. As opposed to Tzafra, which is morning, has the word tzipor, because the birds start chirping in the morning exactly at dawn. Vehaman nidchaf el beitho, and Haman itbahil, he was so embarrassed, ve'azal, and he quickly, itbahil means he like fumbled, he ran, he ran with such an urgency, ve'azal beite, and he ran to his house, avel, mourning, Al birate, he was mourning over his daughter. Umitatef al reshe, and he was this whole thing with Haman's daughter. I don't even know what's going on here. Umitatef al reshe, and he would cover his head. When you're embarrassed, you just cover your head. Ke'evla al birte v'chisufa, just like a mourner would do over their daughter. V'chisufa, and such embarrassment. Vayisaper Haman lezeresh ishto lechol oavav et kol asher karahu, and Haman told to Zeresh, his wife, and to all of his people who love him, et kol asher karahu, everything that happened to him just now. Vayomeru lo chachama v'zeresh ishto, and said to him, his wise ones, and Zeresh ishto, and his Zeresh, the wicked wife, Im mizera hayehudim Mordechai, if Mordechai is mizara de tzadikaya, here Yehudim, the whole nation, Baruch Hashem, Bezrat Hashem, if he is one of the nation of tzadikim, asher hechilotha linpol lefanav, disharita lemipal kodamoy, you have now started to fall before him, heichma dinaflu malchaya kodam Abraham b'meishar chakla, just like the kings fell before Abraham in the Meishar Chakla, in the straits where they waged the first war in history. Abraham defeated those 4 kings or 5 kings. Anyway, Hashem obviously defeated for Abraham all these kings, gave the kings into Abraham's hands. And just like Avimelech fell down before Yitzchak and says, you were right, you are the man of God and everything. Yaakov natzach malacha, and Yaakov wrestled with an actual malach. Yaakov wrestled with an actual angel. Val yadoi de Moshe ve'Aharon, and by the hands of Moshe and Aharon, tav'u paro ve'kol mashriyateh b'yama desuf. And by the hands of Moshe and Aharon, tav'u paro, they sunk down. They were drowned, Paro and all of his army, in the Yam Suf. Again, They don't acknowledge God. They think it's the people themselves who are so great. They're not saying that Hashem succeeded, gave the kings into Abraham's hand. Hashem made Avimelech. Hashem controls Avimelech. Hashem controls every single king and leader on the planet. And, Hashem helped Yaakov beat the Malach. Hashem is the one who split the water and then drowned all of Paro and his encampment, all of his army that was chasing Am Yisrael. V'chol malchaya, and all kingdoms v'shiltonaya, and rulers and leaders, the avishu lehon, that would do bad to Am Yisrael, masar yathon elahehon biyedehon. Finally, they say that after all this, all of these powers, all of the kings and powers that ever seek to do evil with them, masar yathon, gave them over their God, biyedehon. Hashem, the God, gave over the enemies of Am Yisrael into their hand. Ve'af ant, and also you, and even you, lo tuchalo, you are not going to be able to do any evil to him. Ki nafol tipol lefanav, you are going to surely fall before him. Ki nafol tipol, also nafol tipol, as I just heard from Rabbi Yudkevich Shlita, that the double language here usually refers to the two worlds. Why? What does it mean, nafol tipol? Surely you will fall. Now, what is that? Nafol, in this world, tipol, in the world to come. You're going to fall down in both worlds, in this world and in the world to come. Oda medabrim, as they were still speaking about these things, imo v'sarisei hamelech higiu, and the servants of the king arrived. Vayivhilu lehavi et Haman el hamishteh asher asata Esther, and they quickly grabbed him. They were in a rush to bring Haman into the party that Esther made. You have to be on time. Vayavo hamelech ve'Haman lishtot im Esther hamalka. Now the king and Haman come to drink, come to the party with Esther, the queen. Vayomer hamelech leEsther gam bayom hasheni b'mishteh hayayin. And the king says back to Esther, also on the second day at this mishteh yain, ma she'elatech Esther hamalka v'tinaten lach. What is your question? What do you ask of me, Esther, the queen, and it will be given to you? U'ma bakashatech, and what is the difference between she'ela and bakasha? What do you ask and what do you request? What do you beg of me? Afilu u'ma bakashatech, and what do you want? Ad chatzia malchut v'te'as. Even if you ask for half of my kingdom, I'm going to give you. Again, lechud lemivnei beit mukdasha, except to build the Beit Hamikdash, dikaim bifalgut chum malchuti, that is in my half of the kingdom. Lo etin lach, lo etain lich, I will not give it to you. Dehechtin kaimit bishvua, for like this I swore in a promise to these three wicked people, like we said. I don't even want to read their names. Imach shmam zichram, to these three wicked people. Legeshem uletovia ulesanvelat, imach shmam zichram. Beram orichu ad diyarbe daryavish berich. Beram orichi. Just wait until Daryavish, your son, will grow. This is so unfortunate, that apparently they had a kid together, again, what the hell Esther went through is just horrible. Okay. V'yachsan malchuta, wait until your son Daryavish is going to grow up and he's going to conquer the kingdom, and then you could do whatever you want. Uzkafat Esther yat enaha klapei shmaya. Holy, this is just ridiculous. I'm just imagining. Chas v'shalom, I just imagined the terror of being impregnated by some foolish, wicked king and having his child in my, chas v'shalom. Uzkafat Esther yat enaha klapei shmaya. Esther lifted her eyes to the heavens. Betan Esther hamalka v'tomer, and she again, Vata'an is used here, not Vatashiv. What is the difference between Vata'an and Vatashiv? Vata'an Ester Hamalka Vatomer. And Esther said back, and this is what she said: Imatzatichen be'einecha hamelech. If I found favor before your eyes, hamelech, meaning the king, the real king, Malka Rama, the great king on high, which is referring to Hashem, who is above the universe. Ve'im al hamelech tov, and if it's good with the melech here on earth, Malka de'ara, the king of earth, Shapir. So if I found favor before your eyes, the king of the world, hamelech, the real king, Malka Rama, the melech, Yoshev al Kiseh Ram v'Nisa, sitting above the highest heavens. Ve'im hal hamelech, and the second melech here, and if it's good before you, king, who's here on earth. Tinaten li shezev nafshi min yadoi desana'a. Please give me shezev nafshi. Give me the saving of my soul from the hand of my hater, bishelati, in my question. Ve'ami, and the salvation of my nation. Min yadoi debael devava bevauti. And give me the salvation of Am Yisrael from the hands of this enemy, from our enemy, in my request. A question and a request, if there is a difference to be made. Obviously, there is a difference in Lashon HaKodesh, but in English, I don't know. Just dressing it up in different words. I don't know. Ki nimkarnu ani ve'ami, because I was sold for free. So it's interesting. That's not even selling. It's just, I was taken, I was given for free, me and my nation, Am Yisrael, lehashmid, leharog, lehabed, to be destroyed, to be killed, and to be wiped out. Ve'ilu le'avadim u'lishvachot nimkarnu hecherashti. If it was just that we were being sold into slavery once again, I would have been silent. But this is they want to just absolutely wipe out me and my whole people. Ki ein hatzar shoveh benezik hamelech. Because there is no tsar, like there's no terror, timin urvacha, and there's no salvation, there's no distress in comparison to this, and there's no saving from the damage that the king has now decreed. Benezik hamelech, with the damage of the king. Vayomer hamelech Achashverosh, vayomer le'Ester hamalka. What is this? You know, the Targum didn't actually fill in anything here. So what does that mean? Vayomer hamelech Achashverosh, the king said, Vayomer le'Ester hamalka, and he said this to Esther the queen. Why is it written like that? I don't know. Mi hu ze ve'eze hu. Mi hu ze. Mi hu dein. Who is this? Ve'eze hu, meaning ve'eden athar. Ve'eze makom hu. Who is the man and which place does he come from? Gavra chatzifa v'chayava umeroda. This wicked man who is so chatzuf, so disgusting, like brazen-faced, v'chayava, and so wicked, umeroda, and so rebellious. Asher mila'o libo la'asot ken. That he filled his heart to do this, to do such a wicked thing, to kill Esther, my queen, and her whole people. Vatomer Esther, and Esther says back, Ish tsar ve'oyev. There is a man who is a great tsar, who causes a distressor, a man who is a great distress to Am Yisrael, ve'oyev, and an enemy. Deba'a lemiktalach beram shebeveit dimchach. He was the one who wanted to kill you in your sleep, in your very room that you sleep. V'yom adain, and this day, ba'el lemilbash istela de malchuta. And this day he wanted to dress in the clothing of the king. Ulemirkav al susa dilach, and to ride on the horse that you gave him. Ulachata manicha de dahava al reshe, and that you should place on him a golden crown on his head. Ulemardabach, and to rebel against you. Ulemisav minach malchuta, and to take from you the kingdom. V'takfat milta min shmaya. And the command was given from the heavens. V'itavid hahu yikara leMordechai tzadika achoy. And was made for Mordechai the tzaddik that all of that wealth that he wanted to do, and all of that was done for Mordechai the tzaddik, who is Ahoy de Abba, who is the brother of my father, Mordechai my uncle, Bar Yair, who is the son of Yair, Bar Shimi, the son of Shimi, Bar Shmida, the son of Shmida. Bar means son. So Bar Yair, Bar Shimi, Bar Shmida, Bar Ba'ana, Bar Ela, Bar Micha, Bar Mefivoshet, Bar Yehonathan, Bar Shaul Malka, Bar Kish, Bar Aviel, Bar Tzeror, Bar Bechorat, Bar Afia, Bar Shecharim, Bar Uzziah, Bar Sason, Bar Michael, Bar Eliel, Bar Amihud, Bar Shefatia, Bar Penuel, Bar Pethach, Bar Meloch, Bar Yerubaal, Bar Yerucham, Bar Hanania, Bar Zavdi, Bar Elfaal, Bar Shimri, Bar Zevadia, Bar Remoth, Bar Hashum, Bar Shechora, Bar Uza, Bar Guza, Bar Gera, Bar Binyamin, Bar Yaakov, Bar Yitzchak, Bar Avraham. The whole lineage of Mordechai all the way back to Avraham is now listed here. That Esther said all the way back, who is the son of Avraham, the greats, the whole world knows of them. So Mordechai, who is from the tribe of Binyamin, this is the line of Binyamin, and out of Binyamin, who is the descendant of Shaul, as we saw here, was the son of Yonatan, the son of Shaul, and the son of Shimi ben Gera. And so he wants to kill Mordechai, who is one of the descendants, who is a descendant of Abraham. Gavra Ma'ika Ubael Devava, and this wicked man and distresser, and our enemy, Haman Hara Hazeh. When you say Hazeh, you're pointing at a male thing. You're pointing at the Haman. You're saying Haman Hazeh, meaning an item that is charged male. Again, like we said, it's lost in translation. You have every word in Lashon HaKodesh is either male or female. So if you're pointing at an object or a person who is male, you say Hazeh. If it's female, you say Hazot. So Haman Hara Hazeh, this one, and Esther points with her finger at Haman. Ba'al mitzlaveh, he wants to put him on the cross. He wants to put Mordechai, who saved your life, and you just gave him a reward, and you just did all these things. This wicked Haman wants to and kill me. He wants to destroy Mordechai, who saved your life, and to kill me, the queen, and to wipe out my nation. She points at Haman. This Haman, the Haman Niv'ath, he ishta'imim. He like fainted. I guess he got so scared. Milifnei hamelech ve'amalka. The hamelech, and now and now it's speaking about Achashverosh. Umalka zakaf yat enoi, and the king lifted up his eyes. As soon as he heard this, he lifted up his eyes. V'chazan, he saw v'ha'asarte malachin, and he saw 10 angels that Hashem sent. Damyan la'asarte b'noi de Haman, who are likened to the 10 sons of Haman. Keti'in ilanaya di biginta gava'a, that are cutting trees in the inner garden of this palace. That they're, so meaning as Esther is saying that they wanted to kill Mordechai, Hashem, as soon as Achashverosh looked up, Hashem sent 10 angels to look like the children of Haman, cutting trees, as if like the words Esther are saying is even more verified in front of his face. Bechen, immediately, Kam bechamato, he got up with such fire. Cham is hot, so chamato is, he was burning up inside with such anger. From this meal, and he went out to the inner garden. Here we say ginat habitan, the letter bet. The Targum is gava'a, inside. So the letter pei is hiding here because inside the pei is a white bet. So bet is always on the inside. So bitan, gava'a, the inner garden. Lemichmei mahuden, and then he went out to see, what is this that they're cutting, these beautiful probably trees that are growing on the inside of the palace, in the garden on the inside of the palace. Behaman Amad, and as the king left to go see what's that all about, Haman stood up. Livakesh chaisa, to beg for mercy on his soul, me Esther hamalka, ki ra'a, because he saw, ki chalatha elav hara'a me'et hamelech, because he saw that the king was now furious with him from before the king. So he has no chance with the king anymore. The king has now been confirmed that Haman wants to kill him and take over the kingdom, and his kids are now destroying the garden palace, and they want to kill the very person that saved Ahasuerus, and they want to kill the queen. So Ahasuerus is furious. He storms out to go and chase down what he thought were the sons, but as we saw the Targum, that those are the 10 angels that Hashem sent to pretend to in the likeness of his sons. V'hamelech shav b'ritche, and the king returned in his still anger. Didn't migin tahabitan. He was in panic. He ran out to check it, and then as he was coming back, el beit hamishte hayayin, to the house where they're having this party of drinking and celebration. What happens? Veha Gavriel malacha. Then Hashem sends Gavriel the angel. Dachaf yat Haman Rashia, who pushes Haman, the wicked one. Vechama Malka, and the king saw that Haman is now landing al hamita asher Ester aleha. That Haman was standing before Esther, and Gabriel pushed him onto Esther. Chas v'shalom, pushed him onto the bed that Esther was on. Vayomer hamelech, and the king said, meaning he thought, Utava Malka ve'amar. Tava, he either shocked Malka ve'amar. Hagam, here, behold, it's true. Lo atyan Haman elahen lichbosh et hamalka. He came to conquer, to kill me, and to take over the queen. Imi babait, when I'm still in the house. I just left for a second, and here he's such a dog. He's even jumping on her to want to take the queen for himself. Ka'an, kol amemaya ve'umaya ve'lishnaya. And now Achashverosh calls out, apparently, to the whole party, so it's not, I guess as I'm imagining it, that it was just them three in a room. It was again with all of the officials. It was a party for Achashverosh and Haman, but all the officials are at the party as well. So now Achashverosh turns to all of the nations and the kings and the languages that are in that room, with all their translators, whoever's there. Danu ma'ith le'me'abed be. Decide right now what we should do to this wicked Haman. Hadavar yatzami pi hamelech, the word went out from the mouth of the king. Ufnei Haman chafui bahafa. And immediately Haman was clothed in embarrassment. He's just humiliated before the world. Again, because the whole world knew him now. And here all the representatives of that world were in this party, or 127 different countries of the world, more than, as at least half the planet knew who he was. Vayomer Charvona, and now Charvona, Echad min hasarisim, said before the king, Gam hine, and here behold, this is the etz, the tree, Asher asa Haman, that Haman made leMordochai. This is the tree this is the cross, not a tree. Sorry, the Targum fills in. It's not a tree. Ha'etz means a normal tree. This is the cross, the kesa, dizamin Haman, that Haman ordered leMordochai to hang Mordechai on this cross. Asher diber tov al hamelech, to Mordechai who spoke good about you, the king. Ve'al yado, and by his hand ishtezev miktol, you were saved from being killed. The ha'kesa, and this cross, Omed Beveit Haman, is now still in the property of Haman. Ka'an, let us now, and now, Ith al Malka Shapir, if it's fitting before the king, Yithnesach a min bethe, let us take this tree from his house. Uzakif yitchamei alohi, Uzkif yitmechei alohi, and we're going to pick it up so that it's now standing up straight. Govha chamishim amah, that the height of this tree was 50 amah high, which we said, again, an amah is from the longest finger to the elbow. Vayomer hamelech izilu tzlivu yafeh aloi, go and hang him on this cross. Vayitlu et Haman al ha'etz asher echin leMordechai utzlivu yat Haman al kesa, and then they hung him on this cross. This is where Matzeh Slav, the crucifixion, this is where the word comes from. But here it means that they tied him to this cross. to this tree diichin leMordechai that he set up for Mordechai, v'chamat hamelech shachacha. And now the king became pacified over this. Now his anger, that fire that was burning, was subsided. It was sort of taken down by the satisfaction of now killing this wicked Haman. All right, so I think we're gonna stop here. I hope this was as good. I didn't feel like it was as good. Some words I don't know, and just like a little interruption in the middle and stuff like that. My throat. I do apologize, but again, there is nothing else out there. I'm trying, to really make it as best as I can, and I just hope that that only good comes from this, as this would help us really understand the full miracle of what Hashem did for Am Yisrael, and to B'ezrat Hashem avoid any other disastrous situations like this, so no more sweet, innocent girls like Esther get taken by such wicked kings. Okay. And that Am Yisrael will be saved, and we don't have to ever get kicked, don't ever have to do anything to wake up. We should just come back and start to do the good on our own, and to really learn the Torah, because a lot of the Torah is so misrepresented, even in, let's say, just modern schools, that a lot of schools just simply turn kids off from Torah. There's no other way to say it. That's just what happens, because the Torah is made to seem as some kind of burdensome subject and everything like that, when life is the test. The Torah you can't test kids in Torah. The Torah is the key to life. It's the walkthrough manual given by the maker of the game himself to Am Yisrael, to help us and illuminate our life here, so we can illuminate the world, B'ezrat Hashem. Alright, so B'ezrat Hashem, we'll continue soon.